Hey, Joy here. Rachel and I would like to welcome you to You're All Right, Get Up, podcast full of laughter, personal stories, encouragement, and often a show about living life. As a disclaimer, our podcast does not offer professional therapy or treat illness. We are a motivational supporting podcast sharing our life experiences, stories, and laughter.
And don't forget to listen to our Wednesday What to get your midweek boost. And we would love for you to check out our sponsor tab and consider joining us. If you have questions or need any additional information, please check out the sponsors tab on our website or contact us at info@allrightgetup.com. And we'd like to give a shout out to an amazing company and sponsor, Endeavor Promotions out of Birmingham, Alabama. Danny Kirkland has done an amazing job of our promo items, and we encourage you to check out his website, endeavorpromotions.com, or he can also be reached at 205-540-8292.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy and an amazing company. They have done a great job. Highly recommended.
So I have kind of two witty whispers for this week. One is a follow-up, and then one's a short one for this week. But you may remember that I had a witty whispers about dogs being either left or right-pawed.
Yes.
And you had inquired if there's other animals that also like to use a preference.
Yes.
And according to this article from NWF.org, which is the National Wildlife Federation, yes, we're not the only creatures that prefer to use one limb over the other or one hand. Many frogs are right-footed.
Frog is really?
Yes.
Okay. I have never thought about that being.
Oh, it gets better. There's one in here that's a doozy. Parrots tend to be left-clawed.
Okay. I can maybe see that.
Lizards often lean left.
Okay. I would have never have guessed that.
Many walruses, which is kind of hard for me to say, are righties.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, that's a little hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And it even says that creatures that don't have hands exhibit a lateral preference in body use. For example, humpback whales tend to bank right.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Interesting.
Gray whales and bottlenose dolphins have also shown to be right-jawed.
Wow.
And I thought the last one, this is a biologist named Ruth Byrne in the University of Vienna, Austria. She has realized that octopuses have a preference or a favorite tentacle.
Now that
Yes.
is amazing.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. That is so cool.
I thought so as well. I've never thought about an octopus having a favorite tentacle, but they do.
Huh.
So that would be our follow-up. And of course, cats and horses.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I guess that is the response to your question.
Wow.
That we had a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Fascinating research, if you could actually just kind of go, I wonder how they determined
Yes.
Otis the octopus, which tentacle that he liked the best.
I like Otis. I like where you're going.
Otis dude, I mean, I don't know. Did you just take that one tentacle and maybe like devour your food with it?
You just
It's
keep grabbing with it?
I mean, is that, it's just, I don't know. That's so fascinating. Thanks for sharing that. That's cool.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. And then our actual trivia for this week, our witty whispers, I call them previews, but they're also known as trailers for movies. Have you ever wondered why they're called trailers?
Yeah, why are they called trailers?
They've been around since about 1913, and they actually used to play after a feature film, hence the name trailers.
Wow. Okay.
Now, obviously, people would leave after the movie and not watch the trailers, so that's when they flipped it. I don't know exactly when. I would imagine it wasn't too far after that they realized people were leaving and not watching the trailers, that they flipped it so that they would be at the beginning.
Yeah.
Before the feature film.
Wow.
So put that little tidbit in your pocket.
Very cool. Yeah, a lot of people still do that. They just like get up and leave right after a movie. It's cool because the movie's over. People get up. And oftentimes I stay along with whoever I'm with, at least until you see that they're not going to play some cute little thing at the very end. Because the movie ends, they play the credits, and then there's that little segment at the end.
I love that.
Right? That you miss if you just get up and walk out. And at least stay until that point to see if you see that little 2-minute segment at the end. I mean, that's kind of important.
Also has made me realize, because I think it may have been the Marvel movies who started that trend, playing something at the end.
Yeah.
And I did not know that that was going to occur. And this is when you've been to the movies too much. Brian and I love going to the movies to actually see it in a theater. The manager told us when we handed her our ticket, she's like, don't leave. Wait till the credits.
Yeah.
And there'll be a surprise at the end. I remember that first time. I sound like I'm old. I remember when there wasn't internet. But yeah, she told us, hey, stick around and watch this little 2 minutes, kind of prepping for the next Marvel movie.
Right.
And then it also has made me aware of how many people it takes to make a movie. Because when you're watching it, I'm like, wow, that's a lot of people.
It is a lot of people.
I mean, a lot. That's like a little company that forms.
Yeah.
For, I don't know how long it takes to make a movie, 9 to 12 months.
Yeah, maybe. Some
18 months.
Some longer.
I mean, that's as many people as our company in the office. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I thought that was interesting that the name still stuck, even though they flipped it around.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I'm glad they flipped it around because there's many times I've been late to a movie, but I know they're going to show about 30 minutes of previews.
Yeah. And they do. Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. Very cool. I got a question for you.
Okay.
Have you ever bought tickets to something?
I bought tickets many times.
Had
Sorry.
And the end.
Yes.
Right.
Episode ended.
Thank y'all for coming. All right. So
thank you for listening.
So you bought tickets and you had every intention of things turning out the way that you expect them to. And then you get there and it doesn't.
Uh-oh. This is intriguing. You've got me on the edge.
So this was a number of years ago, and I would say I was probably early 30s. Okay.
So not long ago.
Not long ago. I would say that's probably 5 years ago?
Yeah, just around the corner.
Yeah. So I was in my early 30s, right? And Carol is so wonderful and sweet. And she bought some tickets to go see an artist that I'd been wanting to see in Georgia. And so she said, I got these tickets and it's awesome, and told me all about it and weeks ahead of time. And, I was so excited. It was somebody that I really wanted to see. Mm-hmm. And a country singer, I'll give you that. And so,
is this Atlanta, Georgia, or a small town in Georgia?
Yeah, this is
okay. So
this is basically Atlanta.
Okay,
yeah. And so we were super excited and just beside ourselves, about this concert. And so, as you do, sometimes you start sort of planning other things, right?
Around the concert?
Around the concert.
Okay.
Because you're going to be there, let's just say, because this was over a weekend. So
you got to travel.
You're going to you got to travel.
Right.
And then you're going to be there for, a couple of days, prior to or after or whatever. And so you're kind of thinking, oh, well, we can do this and we can do that. And we're going to go to dinner and we're going to, go to this restaurant and we're going to maybe go to this part of town and do this kind of thing, and maybe shop or whatever. And so we were going through all those conversations and planning those things out. So the day comes and we get ready to leave. And
now are you leaving on a Friday?
This was on a Thursday, if my memory is correct.
Okay.
So we would have left, we took off and we would have left that Thursday midday. And the concert would have been, I think, that Friday night.
Oh, okay.
And so then we had the weekend. I think we're going to stay there Saturday and then come back on Sunday. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that's how it went. My memory's right. So we took off work and we left that Thursday. Mm-hmm. And, it's just a couple hours, a few hours drive over, depending on how fast you go. We get over there and we've got friends over there too. So we had a couple of friends that we were like, oh, we want to meet with them and we want to have lunch and talk and drop by and say hi or whatever. Mm-hmm. So we certainly had to do that. So that's what we did as soon as we got there on that Thursday. And on Friday, let's just say that the concert was on that Friday night. Okay. On Friday, we got up and we said, hey, let's go ahead and make the most of our time. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to an adjoining town, which is Decatur. We love Decatur. We love the area. Oh. It's just a very quaint, small kind of town. It's very artistic, a lot of antique places, a lot of art, very well known for music. So the train actually will run from downtown. You could ride the MARTA all the way from downtown to Decatur, right into the it's like I say, it's not a huge downtown square, but it's big enough that the train just pulls right up to the downtown square and you can get off the train, walk wherever you want to go, and then get back on the train and ride it back into town. So it's just beautiful. It's great.
We'll have to try that.
I love it. And so we used to go to Decatur pretty often, years ahead of that, and we would eat at some of the restaurants, and they have this place there where young and up-and-coming musicians will play, and it's called Eddie's Attic. Shout out to y'all. And it's just a very tiny, small venue. And when I say small, it's, about the size of our living room, and the 2 rooms that we're in here on this side of the house, it's about as big as that.
Okay.
And it has a small bar, and it just has a very small stage in one corner and just some seating, on the back side of the wall. Mm-hmm. And people like Nickel Creek and Terry Clark and the Indigo Girls and numerous other people that would stop there and actually play and perform. Mm-hmm. So that just gives you an idea. And so you never know who exactly you were going to see. You didn't know if you were going to see somebody that was really famous or somebody that was just up and coming, that was getting their start. You just didn't really know. And so we said, hey, while we're out here in Decatur, we're going to stop, have some lunch, and then we're going to stop by Eddie's Attic and see who's there and who's playing. And so we went by there and we got in, because sometimes they actually have a very long line.
I can imagine.
And it's truly like on the second floor, which is why they call it an attic. So they have a bottom section that actually has like a coffee shop. And then, there's like a little cafe down there.
Oh, cool.
And so when you walk in, you actually walk in like up a ramp to some stairs in the back, and it's in the attic part of the building, and they have a patio, like a place on the back that's like a deck with a lot of umbrellas and tables, and they have TVs out there so that you can actually watch on the TV the people performing if you can't get inside the building. And so we managed to get inside, which was great, and sit actually on they have like these little bleachers set up in there. And so we got up on the bleachers and we were sitting there and just enjoying ourselves and listening to the music. And so she looked at me and she's like, hey, you want to get something to drink? And I was like, yeah, like go over to the bar and we'll get something. And so we went over there and got a nice little drink and something, to sip on. And we were just having a great time, enjoying ourselves and everything. And so we're hanging out and listening to the music. And all of a sudden, you know how it is, like, you're listening to the music and you're really into it. You're in a very solemn place, right? So you're just peace.
You're in that moment.
You're really in the moment.
I'm not laughing at you.
And you're feeling
like we're building up.
It. You're really feeling it. And you're just like, oh yeah, I'm there. This is really great. This is like total zen right now. I'm relaxed. I am just so relaxed. And all of a sudden, you get this. Somebody nudging you. And it's with that anticipation. Nudge, like making those clearing the throat noises that clearly tell you that
they're trying to get your attention.
Something's up without making a really big scene.
I'm worried.
So, granted now, it's a little later in the day because we were thinking, oh, okay, we've managed to, be over here, and we realize how much time we have and all that. So we'll have plenty of time to get back to the hotel.
Okay.
And be able to freshen up and everything and get to the concert.
Right.
Well, all of a sudden, here's that anticipation. Hey. Whispering in my ear, what? Look at this. I just got this. Look at this. And she's looking at her phone.
This is Carol.
With Carol looking at the phone with all the information about the concert and everything on there and the time and everything on there. And come to find out, we had the wrong time.
No.
And the wrong date.
The date too?
And it was the night before, and we missed it. We totally missed it. And talk about devastation.
Oh my
At that moment, it was like, I cannot believe this. What? I thought this was actually tonight with this time, and it wasn't. It was.
I've been misread the time, or when you travel from our area to Atlanta, there's a time difference.
Yeah, there's a time difference.
And not, but okay, we got to go right now.
Yeah.
Never miss the date.
Yeah.
That's new.
It was so crazy and devastating because if you know Carol, she is just really spot on about everything. She's a planner. She's very good at planning. She's very good at all of these things and does her research. And clearly at that moment, it was just like mass, disappointment just set in. Like I had planned this out and... She was so disappointed. And I just, there's things going on. There's music being played where we are and, people just sitting like 6 inches from us. And I'm telling her, I'm like, it's really okay. It's really all right. Look at where we are. We'll have a great time here.
There's plenty to do in the town.
It's great. Don't worry. Of course, she's just very empathetic.
I bet she's very devastated.
And she was very devastated. And so it was just one of those things that we were like, okay, we're going to look back on this and laugh about it.
This is your time. You're laughing.
But she was so sad about it. And we got to talking about it. And I said, you know what? I'm like, there's a reason. There's a reason that we didn't need to be there that particular night. But oh my gosh, we I cannot tell you at that moment how we were just almost in shock. We were sitting there in shock factor. Like how could we do this? Neither one of us are really that way because I'm even OCD about it. Usually I'm very particular about what day and what time and all that. And granted, we've been talking about this for weeks, and so that's the reason why we said, there's got to be a reason. There's got to be a reason that occurred because we knew that we were having a good time. We were enjoying ourselves, and that was actually one of the first times we had ridden the train over from Atlanta to Decatur, and we just loved that. That was great, I
love taking the MARTA.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Not super crowded.
Yeah, and it wasn't. There was like nobody down there waiting.
For the most part, the MARTA's it's pretty chill.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is.
It's not like New York when I took the subway and I was like, I'm not getting on that subway.
Right. Yeah. Carol's got one where she said she ended up going into Harlem accidentally when she was there. She was there with someone else, and they were clearly looked like they were tourists because they had on cameras and other things. Yeah. And it was interesting because she said we accidentally went too many stops. And she said when we got to a certain point, the cops stepped onto the train. And she said when the cops came on and saw us on there, they said, just stay on the train and don't get off. And they were like, we're going to, check everything out. And when we get off, y'all just keep going and stop at such and such.
So it's pretty obvious that they weren't supposed to be there.
Because the cops were like, yeah, y'all probably just need to keep going. Don't get off anywhere over here.
So, I've had that happen, where there's been some kind of mix up. And you're a little disappointed. You gotta be.
Yeah, sure.
And it's funny because you're trying not to have that show any
major emotion.
Right. Yeah. You're just trying to be like, oh yeah, no big deal. Yeah,
I got it. My lips quivering.
No, exactly. I'm gonna go to the bathroom by myself.
Yeah. Right. Don't come look for me.
I'll maybe there for 15 minutes. I just need to recenter myself.
Right.
But it's fine. It's fine.
Exactly.
Because I've messed up with Brian on something before.
Oh, yeah.
I know he's trying. It's like, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have no presents for birthday because everything's late. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, I know. It was just immediate. I saw that curtain of, oh no. I can't believe this has happened. And, I felt naturally I felt bad that happened, but I felt worse for her because of her planning and because of her wonderful gesture. I just felt really, really bad. But that's where it was like, you know what? This is great. We're having a great time, and this is great here. And it was just funny to think on it now because, that type of thing, when you buy something like that with those intentions and all of a sudden, no, you're not going. Never mind. Psych.
Surprise.
This is not for you.
You thought you were going to that concert. It's really just a trip.
Right.
Trip to nowhere.
We just wanted you to, think about it. And
just that those people are like, oh, we got more room they never showed.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
It might have been for their benefit.
There you go. Yeah. Well, we kept saying we were, because we were a firm believer that many times things happen because that's a way to prevent you from being somewhere you shouldn't be, or it's like a hedge of protection to some degree. So we felt as if, hey, what if something had happened, we had a car wreck, or what if, who knows, right? Maybe you're right. Maybe it was for someone else.
But I'm with you. I think it was for a reason.
Yeah.
Whether or not you'll ever know.
Yeah. So we definitely look on that. Still with a little disappointment.
But slight disappointment.
But we were very grateful about where we were, and we still had a great time.
I was about to say, you sound like you're in a really cool place if you're going to miss something.
Oh, yeah, because we ended up staying there till fairly late and heard a lot of great music. And then we got back on the train and went back into town and had a great dinner. I don't know if you've been to McCormick and Schmidt. I had a great dinner there. That was fun. So it was real enjoyable.
So you turned it around.
And that's what you do, man.
That's right.
Take that lemon and just smash it,
Yeah.
Come on.
And then throw it at somebody. I'm sorry. Oh, wait, yeah. Oh, that's not the right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got confused.
It's like, I wonder why my eye was burning.
Sorry, Joy.
Good stuff. Wipe that out of my eye. That was good stuff. Whoops.
A little lemon.
Oh, nice. Sometimes when you just plan something and you just have intentions, they just don't work out. Sometimes you just don't know why either. You have every intention of something being a certain way. And you even expect it because you just plan and you go and you're thinking, okay, I know what's going to happen and I know how this is going to turn out. But surprise, guess what? It doesn't turn out that way. Not like you think it will. And then you're disappointed. And then sadness sets in, and then you're mad and you get angry and you get frustrated. And then you say, oh, well, I'm just really frustrated because I really wanted this to work out for somebody else. But then you realize that you're really frustrated because you had intentions and those just didn't play out. But I think the lesson we learn in that is that oftentimes those things work to our advantage. And they keep us in a place to where, I guess you could say, it keeps us safe. Sometimes we don't know why, and we may not ever know why for a good while, but or ever. But remember that just because things are different, and just because sometimes things don't work out the way we plan, it doesn't always mean that it's not what's best. And it doesn't mean that we can't enjoy it and that life's not good. Just always remember that you got this, and life is good. Remember, you are stronger than you think. Don't give up. If you feel overwhelmed and you can't do it on your own, reach out to a caring friend, a pastor, or counselor. And if you feel like you've reached rock bottom, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline has caring people available 24/7, and they can be reached by dialing or texting 988.
Stay true to yourself, embrace the power of kindness, and know you matter. Till next time, friends.